Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and I am answering publicly posted questions on YouTube to get folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. So you should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe because it helps me to help more people just like you. We have our third and final question from YouTube user Priyanka. She had one mega question that we split into three parts because there's three separate themes. And in this third and final part of that series, she asks us, where is it? Oh, how do you go about changing employment attorneys without pissing off your current attorney? Okay, I'm going to tell you what not to do, then I'm going to tell you what you should do. Completely stripped of any identifying characteristics. Let me tell you, this is something you see a fair amount in this industry. There's two things that go on, and it makes attorneys a little bit crazy. First and foremost is you'll be at mediation. I've told this story before. You as the attorney has spent tens of thousands of dollars supporting someone, funding their case, representing them, hundreds of hours on the case, right? And you'll finally be at that moment in the mediation where you get to the number they want, and your client will hear the number and will say, wait, how much? How many zeros? That much? Oh, okay. And they'll look at their attorney and they'll say, thank you for everything, you're fired. And they'll look at the other side and they'll say, I accept. And then genius, client over here, thinks that they just got out of their contingent percentage. They think that they are the first person in all the world, in the 50, 60 years of employment law, they think they're the first person to figure out this magical loophole in the world of contingency. Oh, sure, personal injury cases have been going on for a couple hundred years now, under English common law, maybe 500-600 years, frankly. Years and years and years of lawyers working on a percentage of what they win. But it wasn't until 2022 that so-and-so went to mediation and had the genius idea to just fire her attorney and then keep all the money. You moron. Like, that happens every year. Some scummy moron accepts your help, cries on your shoulder, and you support these people. You care about these people. You spend hundreds of hours helping these people and tens of thousands of dollars, and then they think that they're going to just pay you nothing, right? Routinely happens. Like, I've had it happen in the press. I've had a client, a very famous client, try to do that in the press. Not naming any names, certainly not discussing any client issues. Can't stop a client from doing that if that particular client wants to do that, but I don't do that. And it's one of these things like, you call up the client, you're like, hey, you said some things in the press. I'm not going to break your confidence, but I can prove everything you said was false, right? Oh, but please don't do that. It'll destroy me. Yeah. Should have thought about that 20 minutes ago. What are we doing here? You wanna retract, dummy? Idiots. So that's the first thing you don't do. And I know YouTube user Priyanka, I know you wouldn't do that. I believe in you. I can tell from your question that you are neither a moron nor a bad person. So I know you're not going to do that. In fact, we know you're not going to do that because you're being proactive. You're doing this early on in your case because you have some questions about your attorney. We know that from the first part of the series, the 3-part Priyanka question series. So the next thing to not do, people will go and look at the retainer agreement and say, hey, I don't want to pay this attorney, so I'm going to pretend they're doing something wrong. And again, Priyanka, this is not something you're doing. You are being proactive and constructive, and you're doing everything right. I'm just saying these are things not to do. So people look at their attorney, at the retainer agreement with their attorney, and they'll say, oh, if I lie and say my attorney did something wrong, I might have to pay them. Okay, sure, that is potentially true, and that exists to protect clients, as it should. That is a very important clause in these retainer agreements. But you know that if you make up complete nonsense, your attorney's going to be like, I know you said that, but I have 30 emails that say it's not true, in which you agree it's not true. You're just lying. And the client will be like, no, I'm not. Okay. I don't want to call you a liar again, but how do you respond to 30 emails that say this isn't true? Oh, I don't have a response to that. Okay. Well, listen, client, I don't want to fight with you. I got in this business to help people in your situation, so here's what we'll do. Pretty clear to me you're lying. You're a lying liar. But why don't we just send this to fee dispute or arbitration? Like, just get a third party. I don't want to fight with you. Let's just have a third party figure it out for us. We can both present our case. You'll say that we did X, Y, and Z, and I'll produce the 30 emails and 5 letters and 10 witness statements that say you're absolutely just full of shit. It's dripping down your face because you're a bullshit artist. And we'll go have, a neutral third party who does this for a living, like a bar association's fee dispute committee or an arbitrator, decide the case. And they exist to protect you, so I'm pretty comfortable with that. I want you to be protected. I want you to have all your rights. We'll throw the money in escrow so it's safe. We don't want it. If you don't think we deserve it, we'll put it in escrow and we'll wait and see what the fee dispute committee thinks about this, or the arbitrator, right? Or even a judge, for all I care. And they'll say, no, I want my money now. Okay, well, that's not how any of this works, and you're making up a fake fee dispute, so now we have to have someone iron this out for us. That's how civilized people deal with disagreements. They have a neutral third party, like a judge, an arbitrator, or a fee dispute committee, decide them, so they don't have to fight about them, right? And Priyanka, I know, again, you would never do this, but that's the second thing not to do, because it looks really, really obvious that you just made up a lie to try to keep all your money, right? This is very common. What I would suggest doing, and going to your attorney and saying, listen, attorney, I think you're swell. But I don't know if you're the right attorney for me. And I'm the client, and I'm the one who went through the bad things, so I need to come first. I need to put myself first because I've been through a lot. And your attorney, if the attorney's worth her or his salt, will say, yeah, that's fundamentally true. You are the person who went through bad things, and you do need to come first. And if you're not comfortable, we should try to fix that. We should address that. And if I'm not the attorney for you, so be it. We can either have a conversation about a deal now where you compensate me for the time and the money I put in your case, or if that's not viable, or if that's not something you want to do, what I can do is just say, hey, I'm going to put a lien on your case for just whatever I'm going to be due. I'm not even going to fight with you about what that is. It's not going to be the full percentage because they didn't finish the case, right? I would think. And when the money comes, and I hope you win. I really hope you win, both because I want you to be vindicated. I want these wrongs to be righted, but also because, I want to get paid for the work I did and the money I sunk into your case. When the money comes, when the settlement or the jury verdict or the award comes, we'll just deal with the lien then. And we can have a fee dispute committee or an arbitrator figure it out, or we can negotiate. And the idea would be to reduce what I'm due under my full contingent percentage to be fair as per the amount of work and the amount of time and the amount of money I put in your case, so I can be fairly compensated. And that is what a gentle person, gentlewoman, gentleman, a lord or a lady of employment law, right? The genteel, high-quality employment attorney would do in that situation. That is how that should be handled, right? There's no, how dare you leave me? No, don't do that. Don't do that. The specific phrase is, well, listen, I think we're doing a great job. I think you're wrong. But I do, first and foremost, want you to be happy because this is your life, your case. You went through these things, and that's got to come first. So If you're not happy, I want you to be happy. Let's help you find a new attorney. We're going to cooperate in every single way with that new attorney. And we can either work things out now or we can assert a lien and work things out later. Don't care. You're the driver. It's your life. I'm just living in it. I want to support you. Let's go. That's the response your attorney should have for you. Now, do that as early in the case as you can, because then you'll owe that attorney less, because that attorney will have invested fewer dollar bills and fewer hours and less blood, sweat, and tears in your case, helping you. And it means you're going to end up owing that attorney a lot less as a result of them investing fewer hours and fewer dollars in your case, right? So you want to get that conversation out of the way as soon, as early as you feel you come to the conclusion, this is not the attorney for me, not the attorney for this case. This is not working. I need a change. Great. Don't waste any time. Act on it. And hopefully your attorney's not aggressive about it. I hate when attorneys are aggressive about it. Just say, all right, we can talk it out. We can talk it out now, or I can assert a lien. I don't care. You let me know. I don't want to profit more than is fair. I'm also not going to just get nothing because we put time and money in your case and we're due compensation for that. But I'm going to be real chill about when and how this gets figured out. And we're going to, cooperate with your incoming counsel, give them our lien information to make sure that they're aware. They should not be cutting a check to you when the settlement comes in, because it has to be dealt with by a neutral third party who will decide what we're due. But beyond that, let's make sure we're doing everything we need to do to take care of you and your case. That YouTube user Priyanka is how you have that conversation from the attorney's side. And yes, I'm giving attorney's advice right now, more so than I'm giving it to you. But I think as a result of that conversation, you see perhaps how you might want to approach that conversation with your attorney. Listen, bro, you seem super nice. So nice. And I don't love that about you. It's not what I was looking for in an employment attorney. So let's have a conversation about how we part ways. Right? And that's the first part of your question, right? The thing that gives you pause about this attorney is that this attorney is a really good person. I get it to some extent. I don't think that means they're a bad employment attorney, but I get it. People go out looking for a shark or a bulldog. I once had someone tell me that I looked like a bulldog. I did not find that flattering. I was like, well, thank you for your trust. But that's what people look for sometimes in their plaintiff side attorney. And I don't think it's shocking that you feel that way. And if it's not something you can resolve in your mind in terms of getting comfortable with this attorney, I would tell you act sooner than later, so you owe this attorney less. And also for the attorney's sake, so that she or he is not investing tens, hundreds of hours in your case and tens of thousands of dollars, right? Hundreds of thousands, potentially. I mean, it could get there, potentially, right? If you go long enough. Have that conversation. Just be upfront. It's not working out. I think I need a new attorney. And if that attorney gives you a hard time, literally tell them to give me a call and I'll have a chat with them about how that conversation should go. I have done it before. Yeah, I've had that conversation with people. Listen, man, you don't know me, but you got some options here. You can handle this the right way and very likely still get paid a fair amount. Or you can handle it the wrong way, get grieved, and probably end up with less. Dealer's choice, but I mean, what are we doing, attorney? And do they enjoy that conversation? No. Do I make friends? No. But right is right. And, the client's got to come first. It's just a reality of this industry. So, Priyanka, I hope this answered your question. If it did, like and subscribe. If it did not, I will track the comments down below. Tell me how I failed you. Tell me. Yeah, this is a really long video, and I'm sorry.